He finished last place in New Hampshire, but right now former Tennessee Senator Fred Thompson is setting his sights on the South. The GOP hopeful is swinging his campaign through South Carolina on an 11-day bus tour ahead of the January 19th Republican primary.
Recent polls show Thompson in 4th place in the southern state, where his team is focusing 100% of its efforts right now.
They've had a handful of people go to the polls and vote in New Hampshire. I'm here to tell you I'm making my stand in South Carolina. They were up there freezing themselves in New Hampshire, and I was down here talking to South Carolinians. Now, who's smart enough to be president?
You got to love that line. Okay, so can Southern voters revive his campaign? Fred Thompson's wife, Jeri Thompson, joins us now for an exclusive interview. She's live from South Carolina, where they're going on a big tour. Okay, Jeri, so where does your husband have to finish in South Carolina in order to stay in the race?
We need to do very well in South Carolina, but I want to go back to one of the things that you just said. And you said that you're talking a little bit about New Hampshire. I want to make sure that people know it's not just the South. We also did very well in Iowa. It's one of the things that most folks have said we weren't going to do so well in Iowa. We were going to get 4th or 5th. We didn't. We got 3rd. And most people say there's 3 tickets out of Iowa. We got one. That's what got us here to South Carolina. And for us, it's always been about South Carolina, not just strategically, but also the way it feels. The people here in South Carolina know Fred. They know what he stands for. They know he's consistently conservative. He doesn't have to remember what he said 2 years ago or 10 years ago. It's the same thing he's saying right now. Lower taxes. He's 100% right to life. I'm 100% with him. And making sure that we secure our borders. This isn't something he just started saying last week. He started saying a long time ago.
Jeri, your husband was quoted today as saying South Carolina is where he will make his stand. And so our question is, Thompson in South Carolina, is it Fred's last stand?
I don't know. I don't know that I can say that. I don't make decisions for him like that. But what I can say is this. We are spending a lot of time here. We're spending the next 8 days, 31 cities in 22 counties. That's a lot of stops and a lot of folks and a lot of handshaking. When Fred was in Tennessee, he started 20 points down. He ended up 20 points up in a state that Bill Clinton carried twice. So we're doing great. We feel fantastic. We're here to stay, and we know one thing, and that's that South Carolinians and folks in the South don't like to be told by the rest of the country how to vote.
Sure. Jeri, there are 2 big groups there of voters. You have the evangelical Christians on the Republican side and, of course, the military. So naturally, the military people might go for McCain. The evangelicals might go for Huckabee. How do you compete with that?
Well, there's an assumption there that you're going to split them that way, and one of the things that seems to be a conversation in conservative circles now is the Reagan coalition dead? Fred believes with every fiber of his being that it is not, and he represents all 3 of those things. He has a fantastic military plan, which is on fred08.com. It talks about preserving both our national security and increasing funding and support for our military. You're talking about evangelicals. I will say we are blessed with a national right to life endorsement, including also a lot of state associations, including the one here in South Carolina, the Citizens for Life. So there's a lot of folks that know Fred Thompson stands for all the things that they've been fighting for their whole life, including lower taxes.
Jeri,
yes, sir.
You know, I got to ask, because nobody knows him better than you, why should your husband be president?
My husband should be president because he has the strength and the conviction to speak the truth to the American people, which is what he has done on Social Security and many other issues, and he has the credibility to do so, including the record to show it is who he was yesterday, and it's how he will govern as president, as a true conservative that you can trust.
Jeri, we have about 20 seconds left. Tell us something we don't know about your husband.
Something you don't know about my husband is that he never watched Law and Order before he started dating me. And when Dick Wolf called, the reason he hadn't seen it is because we always argued over the clicker, and he would prefer to watch ESPN. And he was always watching ESPN Sports Center.
That's a good story. Jeri, thanks a lot. We hope to see you back again soon.
Thank you.
And we'll take you back for an exclusive anytime. All right.